seem to recall, Maria has done one speech, so this will be her second speech that she'll be doing in 5 to 7 minutes, entitled Celebration of the Dead. Maria.
Sorry, I'm setting up real fast. Sorry. Has anyone seen an image like this or is familiar with this type of image? Yeah. Could you tell me what it is?
Skull with red dot.
It's from Dia,
Yes.
it's from
Or
Dia de los
also known
Muertos.
as, yes, thank you, calavera.
Yes.
Calavera, and as many of you said, it's a skull. And a calavera is one of the many symbols used during Dia de los Muertos, or as Brad said, it's a celebration of the Day of the Dead. Today I'm going to share with you a bit about the history of Dia de los Muertos, how it's celebrated, as well as what role it plays in now even here in Henderson County. And I'm also going to share with you a few Spanish vocabulary words, maybe if anyone's interested in learning. So far we have Dia de los Muertos, if anyone wants to say it with me, Dia
Dia
de los Muertos. And we have Calavera, which is skull. And so Dia de los Muertos is a ceremony that can be traced back to the Mesoamerican natives, which also includes the Aztec. And so what the Aztec had, they had a ritual of celebrating the children and their deceased ancestors. And they would do this by having food at altars in order to honor their dead. And so what happened was in the 16th century, there was the arrival of the Europeans to Mesoamerica, or mainly Mexico. And with that, the Spanish priests saw that the Aztecs were doing this, and they saw how it was similar to the Christian holiday All Souls Day. And so All Souls Day is a Catholic holiday when they celebrate the deceased or loved ones. And so they saw these similarities, and what they did was the Aztecs had this ritual in summer, and they move it to fall when it would coincide with All Souls Day. And what they also did was, what they also did was they moved it from summer to fall, and they also did it in order so that way it would become more of an acceptable holiday for the Christians. And so what they do during Dia de los Muertos, they clean up the gravesites, and then they also have a celebration. They bring drinks and foods that include things such as tamales or pan de muerto, which is a special type of bread. And they will also bring candles and flowers. And with the flowers, many times they use marigolds. Marigolds for the Aztec symbolize autumn, and autumn is when as you can see, is when nature begins to die. And so that's the significance of marigolds. And so another thing that they do during these gravesites is everyone gets together, and it's a celebration of their loved ones. They talk about who their loved one is, the memories that they have, what role that member played in the community. And everyone just gets together and talks about who these important people were in their lives. Another thing that they also have are called ofrendas. Can everyone say ofrendas? Ofrendas. And ofrendas are more of personal altars where people will put these in their homes or in the household. And similar to the gravesites, it would have images of the deceased person, put food offerings, candles, crosses, religious artifacts, or items that belong to that person. And so they would do this, and all of this, like here in the U.S., you know, you remember this person, and it's sad when, you know, someone passes away, but they do this on November 1st and 2nd, and they do it to celebrate who this person was and the significance of that relative that they had in the lives of someone. So it's a joyful festivity, and the role that it plays even here in Henderson County is that this is a tradition that many people, especially from Latin America, still remember. And so El Centro, which is the Latino advocacy organization here in Henderson County, is going to be having Dia de los Muertos festivity. In case anyone is interested in kind of knowing a little bit more, it's going to be held on the 30th of October. So that way, if anyone wants to take their children or anyone who is interested in learning more, this Dia de los Muertos has become a mix of the European as well as native or Aztec culture. And actually, you can see some American or Halloween influence nowadays that is done here with a lot of the candy and other things done. And so I've also brought a handout. If anyone wants to take one, I'll put it on the table back there. So if anyone would like to share a bit of what they've learned today with the children or grandchildren or anyone in the community who's interested in knowing about this holiday, with it coming up on November 1st and 2nd, I'll have that placed on there. And so I hope you've learned a little bit about Dia de los Muertos and what it means, and if anyone's interested, they are able to attend a festivity here in Henderson County.